got to respond to this, and I'm still in my jammies, yes. However, makeup is done. Hair not done yet, but we're getting there slowly but surely. Thank you for your comment, Joey, and I want to respond to it. I'm not trying to attack you at all, because there was definitely a time where I felt like anytime members of the church were nice to me, anytime members of the church brought over something for me, it was love bombing. Been there. Totally relate, understand, not judging you. But I do want to talk to you about it a little bit, because if you were a member of the church, maybe you weren't, I don't know. I'm assuming you were, because love bombing is a very ex-Mormon delineation for members of the church showing love. And I know that because I was in that world for 7 years, okay? Think back to when you were a member of the church. At least for me, when I would bring people things, when I would make meals for people, when I would reach out to people, when I would serve, if you want to term it that way, because that's the Mormon language, the LDS vernacular for what we were doing, right? Did you do it because you wanted to reactivate somebody? Did you do it because you wanted somebody to join the church? Maybe you did. I'm sure there are people that do that. And is that necessarily bad? No. People have different motives for things. I can think of worse motives. I can think of really bad, negative, terrible motives for doing that. Manipulative, narcissistic motives. I've seen that out here in the secular world all day long. So somebody, let's say that they're loving you because they want you to come back to church and they want you to join their tribe again. What's bad about that? Okay, so let's take it at the absolute extreme worst, which I think is what love bombing is insinuating. Okay, but I want to go back to my original question to you. When I served people, when I was in the church for 45 years, literally baptized, temple-going member for 2 decades. I was in the church for my entire life. When I loved other people, it came from a place of love in my heart, because I felt love from God. I saw God's hand in my life in all things. I saw God answering my prayers. I saw God comforting me when I prayed to him for comfort. I saw God moving around little things in my life and in my children's lives to improve their lives and make them happier. Little mini miracles, if you want to call them that. Little coincidences. And so that filled my heart with love, because I knew God loved me and I felt his love or her love or their love, or I don't know. I can't even still totally identify God by, how the LDS canon wants to identify God, because I'm coming back in such a different mind space. But back to my original point, I loved other people because I felt love in my heart. And I wanted to just naturally extend that love. I think when you have a heart full of love that is tender because you are close to God, you are seeing those miracles, you are in a positive, energetic mindset of seeing the beauty in life and seeing the positive and feeling truly cared for. It's the perspective you want to view the world with. It's literally how you perceive life through a beautiful lens of care, of divinity, of your worth and value, of being worthy of being loved by a God. That naturally makes you want to extend that love to other people. And I would also go so far as to say, Joey, that you can feel it in your heart when you know somebody's real and intentional with you. You can feel it in your heart when somebody's being manipulative and love bomby. I know exactly what that feels like. I've had my share of narcissists in my life. I know what love bombing feels like. I know what it doesn't feel like. When my Relief Society president came over, it did not feel like love bombing. It did not feel icky in my heart. It did not feel insincere. It felt genuine. My heart was touched. There was an energy of love. There was an energy of just simple concern for me. So to just summarize that everybody showing love to you, if they're in the Mormon church and you're coming back to church, is love bombing, seems like a far stretch to me. And I would challenge you to go a bit further when you're thinking about why people extend love, because I think it'll broaden your horizons about the world in general, and it's a much more beautiful place to live in.